Now, we're back to the blues. We're looking at the blues in the key of E, and I want to introduce you to a note. Now that sounds sort of weird, a note. I want to introduce you to a note. And the note is the flat 3 in the key of E, or in E blues. Now the flat 3 is also known as the minor third. Now in a blues, if we're taking a look at an E blues, the E7 chord has a G sharp in it. And it's that G sharp that makes the chord a major sounding chord. It's not a minor chord. If I take away that G sharp, right, take away, what do I end up with? I have a minor chord. And that's not going to sound like the blues, unless it's a blues in minor key, but it's not going to sound like. So that G sharp is really an important note. But we're looking at the flat 3 in a blues context, flat 3 being the minor 3, and that minor third is played against the 7 chord. The minor third is not the G sharp, but it's the G natural. And we're going to just play with that on the bottom string. So we have this. There's the note I'm going to show you, right? E, flat 3, back to the root. Not the G sharp, as you would find in the chord arpeggio. Not, but. All right. Now let's combine that with a power chord. There's our power chord, 1 and 5. And here's my flat 3. Right? You can hear how bluesy that sounds. Now, there's a lot of lines using that flat 3 down there in the bass. Now, we want to take that through each of the chords to the A chord. E. Now to the B, here's the flat 3 is going to be the D here. A, and to the E. All right, let's do it in a basic 12-bar blues. How about this? 1, 2. I'm just going to keep it really simple. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the idea, right? You hear what that sounds like against the major? Or against the 7. Yeah, it's a really hip bluesy sound, and I'm trying to give it to you a little bit at a time. And in this case, we're just wanting to put it on the bottom strings, thereby giving you some really neat potential for some classic lines that will come to mind, I'm sure, as you use this. You may have gone to the 6th thus far in lines like this. try using the flat 3. That's a nice one right there. You see, it starts to sound a little, you know, a little bit more bitey, a little bit more funky, a little more interesting than just using the 3. Right? Yeah, that's a nice line. And there are many, 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 many more. So what we're introducing you to today is that whole idea of the flat 3 essentially against the major 3, starting to combine the sounds of major and minor in the blues. And that is very often done in these lines that are so well known in the blues form. Think about that a little bit. There's a few different ways you can do that. I'm just gonna cover those, just recap those right now. You can do it as simply as this. Right? Just keeping that, it's the sound that matters, right? If you want to add the 5th, right? There's again, that flat 3. If you want to build that into a line, let's say you already know this line. Right? Maybe build it in like this. There's lots and lots of different possibilities, but there's 3 for you. And the main thing is that you remember that flat 3 and the sound of that flat 3.